Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. If you like tech and helpful tips, don't forget to subscribe. Let's get started.
Connecting your classic Nintendo Wii to a modern Roku TV might seem like a challenge, given the difference in their video output technologies, but it's entirely achievable with the right equipment and a few simple steps. The Wii primarily outputs video through older analog cables, either composite, the familiar red, white, and yellow RCA plugs, or component, red, green, blue for video, plus red and white for audio. Roku TVs, on the other hand, rely almost exclusively on digital HDMI inputs for high-definition signals. This fundamental difference means you'll need a converter to bridge the gap. The most straightforward and recommended solution is often a dedicated Wii to HDMI adapter or a general analog to HDMI converter. Let's break down the process. First, identify the type of AV cable you're using with your Wii. If it's the standard cable that came with the console, it's likely composite, one yellow plug for video and red and white plugs for stereo audio. Some users might have upgraded to a component cable, which offers slightly better picture quality for the Wii, featuring 5 plugs, red, green, blue for progressive skin video, and separate red and white plugs for audio. Once you know your cable type, you can choose the appropriate converter. For composite cables, you'll need a composite to HDMI converter. For component cables, you'll need a component to HDMI converter. However, a popular and often superior option for the Wii is a Wii to HDMI adapter. This small dongle plugs directly into the Wii's proprietary AV port and outputs a digital HDMI signal, often upscaling the Wii's native resolution to 480p or 720p, depending on the adapter. It's generally the most streamlined solution as it combines the conversion and often the upscaling into one compact device, eliminating extra cables and potential clutter. To begin the connection, ensure your Wii is powered off. If you're using a Wii to HDMI adapter, simply plug it firmly into the AV multi-out port on the back of your Wii console. Then, take a standard HDMI cable and connect one end to the HDMI output of the Wii to HDMI adapter and the other end to any available HDMI input port on your Roku TV. Make a note of which HDMI port you use, e.g., HDMI 1, HDMI 2, etc. If you opt for a composite or component to HDMI converter box, the process is slightly different. Connect the red, white, and yellow for composite, or red, green, blue, red, white for component, RCA plugs from your Wii cable into the corresponding input ports on the converter box. Ensure you match the colors precisely. Next, connect an HDMI cable from the output of the converter box to an HDMI input on your Roku TV. Many of these converter boxes require external power, usually supplied via a USB cable and a wall adapter, so make sure to plug that in. Without power, the converter will not function. Once all the physical connections are made, power on your Wii and your Roku TV. Using your Roku TV remote, navigate to the home screen and select the correct HDMI input channel you connected your Wii to. For example, if you plugged it into HDMI 1, select HDMI 1. You should now see your Wii's display on your Roku TV. If the picture isn't immediately perfect, you might need to make some minor adjustments. Check your Wii's display settings in the system menu to ensure it's set to the correct aspect ratio, 4:3 for classic games, 16:9 for widescreen compatible titles, and progressive scan, if using component cables and your converter supports it. Also, on your Roku TV, you can sometimes adjust picture modes or aspect ratio settings within the Inputs Options menu to optimize the display. If you experience no signal, double-check all cable connections, ensure the converter, if applicable, is powered, and confirm you've selected the correct HDMI input on your Roku TV. Sometimes, a different HDMI port on your TV might yield better compatibility with certain converters. Experimentation can be key. With these steps, you'll be ready to relive your favorite Wii games on your modern Roku TV. Thank you for watching, and please remember to like and subscribe for more tech tips.